Scott from Scott Shop Media. Today is Tuesday, November 3rd. Happy Election Day. And this is what is going on the mountain. This is what is going on today on the mountain. Couple of Caltrans projects affecting your commute today. Three of them during the day today, one of them overnight. Stick around and I will tell you where that is at. We have no fire weather forecasted for the remainder of the week, and in fact, we might have some rain and snow. In fact, it's our first real possibility of rain and snow this weekend. Shouldn't be a huge storm. Maybe just a dusting in some areas, some light rain in others. But we'll keep you posted as we get a little bit closer. But expect that to start moving in possibly Friday late afternoon into the evening. We still remain until that moisture gets here under an elevated fire risk this week with some low humidity and some gusty winds. You may also see some smoke from the Eldorado Fire. It was actually putting up a lot of smoke the other day. We had just 3 crimes reported across the mountain yesterday. So far, as of this morning, Edison has not reported any outages, which is unusual. Usually we have a few of them reported by this time of day, so we'll keep an eye on that. And those are maintenance outages to repair the infrastructure to get us ready for a fire season. And lastly, 2 new COVID-19 cases reported on the mountain yesterday. So in greater detail, let's talk about some traffic. We have 3 ongoing Caltrans projects during the day and 1 overnight. First of all, over here in the Big Bear area, we should see until about 3 o'clock this afternoon some cones and some traffic control over here in the South Big Bear Lake area for some utility work. We have the ongoing emergency work continuing on State Route 38 due to damage caused to the roadway from the Eldorado Fire. Over here in Lake Arrowhead, Twin Peaks area between Lake Gregory and State Route 173 on Highway 189. We have some ongoing guardrail work that will have you down to 1 lane until about 4:15, and overnight, which has been going on for well over a month, down on the 330 interchange to the 210. You'll be down to either a complete closure or sometimes 1 lane. Depending on which direction you're headed overnight till about 7 o'clock in the morning as Caltrans expands the highway down there, widens the highway down there. Weather is going to look nice for the remainder of the work week. Mostly sunny skies, average to slightly above average temperatures until Friday, when we start seeing a system move in that gives us our first real chance for some moisture this season. Depending on where you're at, that might come in as a drizzle, might come in as a dusting of snow. Not supposed to be a huge event, but there will be some wind associated with it as the storm blows in and it blows out. We can expect to see some higher winds. So we'll keep you updated as we get a little bit closer and we get some more accurate storm totals for you. There is no Santa Anas associated with this event. Right now, it's an onshore flow. But as it blows in, we will see some increased winds, especially Friday afternoon and evening, with maybe even some gusts up into the 30, 35 mile an hour range. And then as that storm passes through and leaves us on Sunday, we'll have some increased gusting winds. And then looks pretty normal for next week. Fires, nothing on the mountain today. We are still under extreme fire danger on the forest floor and all those restrictions that go with it. For the first time in a long time, we will have 2 consecutive days of low fire risk on the mountain starting this weekend. So up until the weekend, we'll still be at a moderate risk for new fire start and fire spread. But starting on Saturday and Sunday for the first time, we'll have 2 back-to-back days of low risk of new fire starts and fire spread, which is really good news. Doesn't necessarily mean an end to our fire season yet. This is our peak and our worst time of the year. We are at an elevated fire risk, which is normal for this time of year, but until we get a substantial rainfall or substantial snowfall. Our fire dangers are still in place. No fires burning on the mountain today. Like I said, you might see some smoke from the Eldorado Fire down here in the Forest Falls area. It was putting up a lot of smoke the other day, but that's pretty normal until there is that moisture on the ground. That the fire continues to smolder into the root systems and into the larger timber, and so all it needs is some fresh fuel. But that's all within the containment lines, so it doesn't present a risk. A couple of false alarms, people with legal fires on their deck and their chimney, but that was all that have been reported since yesterday. 3 crimes reported on the mountain yesterday on the western half, 1 in Running Springs, 2 in Lake Arrowhead. In Lake Arrowhead, there were 2 people arrested for trespassing, and in Running Springs, there was an assault with hands or fist or feet. Lastly, today, COVID update. Unfortunately, the Rim of the World School District dropped into the highest risk zone, or raised into the highest risk zone, I guess. And that is based upon a 7-day average from the previous 7 days. So this will change for the next 7 days. We'll have to see some good numbers. Why this is important is that will determine when school comes back what kind of restrictions might be in place. So clearly we'd like to see us in the less risk areas instead of the widespread and substantial that we see up here going on this week. How does that break down for individual communities? Just 2 new cases reported since yesterday. 1 new case in Big Bear City and 1 new case, I believe it was in Running Springs. Yeah, Running Springs. So your weekly average, you can see over here in the color, yellow is much better, purple is widespread, and we would rather see every community in this minimal risk tier. That breaks down by the Bear Valley communities, you're a substantial risk, and the rim communities in a widespread risk. But our daily averages have improved since yesterday. Our daily average across the mountain is a 4.0, which puts us in the substantial risk, almost in moderate risk. So that's good. We brought to bring that down just a little bit. The county's looking a little bit better than it was yesterday, 5.7 substantial risk. The rest of the state and country, however, are still in widespread risk tiers. So that's all I have. If you have any questions or comments about this, especially this can be really confusing, these tiers and stuff. I could do a better job explaining to it in a text message or an email. So feel free to reach out to me or like us on social media, and we will keep you up to date with breaking news. Have a great day.